Hello everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Nick and we're looking at 4K RACE Refueled on the ZX Spectrum 128K. This is the sequel to 4K RACE, which won some award, the Mini Game Award in 2005. Now it's very similar to the first game, but some minor tweaks make it a bit better. It's published by Paolo Ferraris in 2005, I believe. It's a race game where you just go through 6 checkpoints and before the time runs out. Here we go. You might recognise it from the earlier game we reviewed a couple of games ago, but in this one, this is even better. The car is bigger, the horizon is slightly further away, giving you more of the screen to work with. Explosions are better as well, sounds are good, and is it my imagination or is this going a bit quicker? Now we're only a little bit into the game, but this is absolute genius. I did like the first game greatly, but this has made it even better. How are they doing this with 128K memory? I do not know. Well, in the top middle, if you didn't see my review of the earlier game, it shows you 1 out of 7, so we're on stage 1. The time ticking down is below, our speed's in the top right, and our score is in the top left. It will remember your highest score in the blue underneath, which actually shows a 0 at the moment. We're not in a Grand Prix, it all is just a time trial. There'll be one car on the track at a time for us to overtake. If we go off the track we explode, if we touch the other car, extended play, in any shape or form we also explode, which will cost us time. I think in the earlier game I got to stage 4. If you crash too many times you're never going to do it, so avoid everyone, slow down if need be. The keys are accelerate, decelerate, try not to decelerate too much, and then left and right, and that is it. So instantly playable as an arcade game. This one is absolutely beautiful. Sort of like a, well, it's better than Pole Position to be honest with you. But Pole Position was on a 48K and was, well, over 30 years ago. This is where we are now. The Spectrum has got a lively homebrew market, and if games keep coming out with this sort of quality, I'll be a very happy man forever. It's pretty impossible for me to review everything because more games are being written than the games I review a week. We tend to review mainly retro games, but occasionally I will dip into these newer ones, especially when they're as good as this. Right, hang on to the outside, Nick. Here we go. Round that car. All cars are identical. Graphics are brilliant. And how's it moving this fast? I suppose you could say this is the ZX Spectrum's Lotus Esprit, maybe. Good. Although Lotus Esprit did come out on the ZX Spectrum, and that is a work of genius as well, but not as playable as this. This has got more basic graphics, and it plays better. The track does look like it's going slightly uphill the whole time, but that works better as well because it gives you more of a viewing platform. No undulation, but I wouldn't really expect that. If you want to see undulation, then check out Stunt Car Racer on the ZX Spectrum. That is absolutely phenomenal. Something of a phenomenon. That's good retro as well. Actually, I've liked Stunt Car Racer better than this one, but this is super cool. The scenery either side is quite sparse. If they had different grass each side or different colour each side of the road, it'd make it a bit more difficult. Horizon is all moving as one block. The original game moved as 2 different bits. I think they're moving at the same speed, but further away works better to me. Now there is another tweak to this game called Refueled, 4K RACE Refueled Plus. I'm out of time there. Got to stage 4. We might have a look at that, we might not. Apparently the intro is slightly different, but the game is roughly the same. Speed, right, let's see if we can get to stage 5, although that is pushing it. If you have completed this game, let me know what happens at the end. Does it just say restart from the beginning again? The track seems a bit more twistier than before, with variations of the track. As I say, by Paolo Ferraris. He's an Italian chap, I believe, or is it a group? 2005. Love the sounds on this as well. Now don't get me wrong, it doesn't sound like a Formula 1 engine, but it's just enough to be exciting. Speed is everything, graphics aren't flickering at all. Well done that man. Would like to have a Grand Prix mode, but I don't think they could do that with the memory. Imagine 20 tracks around the world in a full Grand Prix competition. I'm not sure how this game would do with more than one car on the track, apart from yourself of course, at the same time. The cars explode quite easily as well. But it doesn't hang around. It's quick, back into the action again. No grid girls on this game, but with no grid girls in the previous game. Other racing games, I suppose you want to look at retro stuff, a checkered flag, Continental Circus, just to name a couple there. Grand Prix Circuit, that's not so good on the ZX Spectrum, it's better on the Amiga, that one. We won't go on forever and ever, but addictive as this is, as soon as you load it up, you'll probably have more than one go. So track this one down if you've got Spectrum emulation, or know a clever way to load it on a proper ZX Spectrum. 4K Race Refueled. Great stuff. No intro music, just keeps it to basics, and of that it does great. Whoa, we're on the outside here. Now, cut down the inside, can we? Oh, that was close. You only need the barest of touches, and then you're doomed, but don't want to slow down too much either. So we got what we got. About 30 seconds left to get to stage 4. Because of the track's wider as well, it does seem slightly easier than the original game. Good, good, good. No solid colour on the cars, but it's very tricky to program that on the ZX Spectrum, and it'll probably slow it down and it'll all look a bit messy. So it's like a see-through car really, using a minimal palette, but what is there is good. Don't get too many racing games on the Spectrum that are as quick as this one. Genius at work. Hey, stage 4. Come on Nick, get to stage 5. Don't make any muck-ups. What do you think of this game? Do you think it's brilliant, or do you think it could be a lot better? Yeah, I didn't think I'd find anything better than the original 4K Race, but the tweaks on this are good. Sometimes you might get a game that has tweaks for a sequel and it ends up being worse, or some of the play is lost. Not on this one, of course. It improves on the already brilliant original. As you can tell, I like it. As racing games go on the ZX Spectrum, you won't find too many better than this. As I say, check out Stunt Car Racer, but Formula 1 games, yes, this every time. If you like checkpoints, of course. Right, I've crashed too many times. 2 seconds left. Get to stage 5? No. Damn. Shall we end it here? I think we'll have one last go, you know. One last go. Stage 5, please. Try not to make any crashes, Nicky. So, the scenery consists of that small tree or privet hedge and the 4K Race banner. Going around the inside here. I think the track is random. Don't think it's the same each time. Floor it. No turbo boost, no DRS. Inside here. Choice of cars might have been nice, but the gameplay would have been very similar, wouldn't it? Choice of cars. A Formula 1 car, or a milk float, or a tank. Wonder which one of those goes the quickest. Well, we'll say the Formula 1 car. Oh, that's tight as well. Now, round the outside. Car's sliding a bit. There is a bit of inertia here, so I'm having to slow down. The cars don't weave left and right in front of you like Lotus. They stay pretty much where they are. Just judging where they are on the track. At the end of the day, they are just obstacles. Let's get out of stage 2. So we've got to stage 4 the first 2 goes. Can we get to stage 4? We'll call this the last go, I think. No pit stops here. The laps don't continue. Or don't repeat. It's just forever and ever and ever. Past him. Right, this is going. Stage 2's not going too badly here. But let's not tempt fate, because fate doesn't need much tempting. On this very explosive car, if a fly crashes into the rear view mirror or the tyres, we will explode. A very fragile car. More fragile than the McLaren from the last few seasons. At time of recording, it is 2018. Hopefully now, if you're watching this a few years later, what I'm saying is way out of date, and the McLaren is the best car in the world. If it is, let me know, and if McLaren are world champions, comment below, because that would be something to celebrate. Even if it's 50 years, oh no, into the future, as I explode again. 25 seconds. It doesn't tell you how far you are into the stage. You just have to hope that it's ending soon. 20 seconds left, or whatever time that is. Boo. I'm going to be hearing this noise in my sleep, I think. But it's not annoying. It's quite a soothing sound. Oh, I'm on the brakes. At the inside. Oh no, I think that. Oh, I've got to stage 4. Right, I thought I was going to get doomed then. As we've known from before, stage 4 you can't seem to make any mistakes, and I've already made a mistake right at the start. So let's see if we can just do this thing. If it randoms up a lot of straights, we might be there. That's the tightest corner on the game. Road holding is good. No line down the middle of the road, but I forgive it for that. It doesn't really need it. Race circuits don't have lines down the middle of the road unless they're roads as well, like Spa or Monaco or somewhere. Takes him on the inside. Oh, cool, that was close. That was pixels away from disaster. That was quite close as well. 6 seconds. Oh no. Oh, that's it, I think. Oh, 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 oh! Somehow we've got to stage 5, started with a disaster again. I presume it's going to get twistier as we go forward, because the traffic's going to stay roughly at the same intervals coming at me. That's good, round him. As long as they randomise in the right place, I think we're in business. Through him. 20 seconds. Stage 6 will be lovely. Are we going to complete the game? Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. 12 seconds. Oh no! Get out the way! No, that car's ruined it for me. Well, we got past them, but that was a hell of an obstacle. No, that's it. Game over. Okay, well, I hope you liked having a look at that one. That was 4K Race Refueled, a homebrew on the Spectrum 128K, published by Paolo Ferraris in 2005. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take good care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.